Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. The news never stops and neither does Wrestlelamia. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the latest on WWE's Corona craziness. Is Miro injured? More news, the WWE is resuming live shows, and more. WWE Covid Statement. The WWE has issued a brief statement following the revelation that a number of NXT talent and personnel tested positive for the virus. As part of ongoing testing protocols, WWE completed its second round of weekly COVID-19 testing on Tuesday. Individuals that tested positive will quarantine for 14 days, receive medical care, and then will only be cleared when they are symptom-free and test negative. Additionally, extensive contact tracing has taken place and other individuals have been placed in 14-day quarantine and will then only be cleared after they test negative. However, the statement only reflects part of how the positive test results could impact the WWE. Will COVID affect Clash of Champions? Although talk of the virus has focused on NXT, there are rumblings that it could affect Sunday's Clash of Champions. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting, "There remains a fear among several we have spoken with that given the potential of asymptomatic COVID-19 transmissions and that NXT trainees were working as masked Retribution members on Monday's Raw taping, that there could have indeed been a potential cross-contamination to the main roster. As of this writing, there has been no word that any of the concerns voiced to PWInsider.com have been warranted, but it is certainly within the realm of possibility until a certain amount of time passes. Obviously, with Clash of Champions and Raw just a few days away, the last thing WWE wants or needs is for an outbreak causing major changes to their plans." Johnson's comments reflect the hidden danger of the coronavirus, as a person could be infected yet show no signs of illness. That person could then infect a number of people, starting an outbreak that could dramatically alter a show. Imagine if one of WWE's main event stars came down with the coronavirus before the show. As we're seeing, the virus continues to be an ongoing issue for the WWE, and as mentioned in our news video yesterday, AEW. Did NXT party lead to COVID outbreak? Did a party lead to the virus outbreak currently affecting the Black and Gold brand? That's what PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting may have happened. The belief among several sources is that the outbreak started after an NXT talent threw a party that fellow trainees attended, leading to an asymptomatic transmission of the virus that then spread among those who work and train in the Performance Center. We are told that there have been a number of those who have tested positive this week, both trainees and staff. If accurate, there could be some serious repercussions for those involved with the party, especially if the virus outbreak spreads to the main roster and affects its wrestlers. Crazy name for female Retribution member. It looks like continued creative conundrums for Retribution, as fans of the WWE's latest new faction are getting one stupid name after another. The group debuted some wrestlers who are officially signed to the WWE now, identifying themselves as T-Bar, Slapjack, and Mace. As bad as those names are, it appears the WWE had an even worse one planned for one of its female members. WrestleVotes recently tweeted, "Guys, it gets better. Heard that at one point the females in Retribution needed names on Monday for TV. Thankfully, that got scrapped. One of the names was going to be Shatter." Some fans are looking forward to the next Retribution segment, not so much because they're intrigued by the storyline, but because they can't wait to see if it gets any worse. Parliament investigating British wrestling. The #Speaking Out movement has led to a number of serious accusations from wrestlers who allege they were victimized by other wrestlers and promoters, and now the United Kingdom's Parliament has announced an investigation. In a statement released on Twitter, the All-Party Parliamentary Group announced, "The purpose of this inquiry is to investigate and evaluate the current successes, challenges, and potential improvements that could be made to the professional wrestling industry in Britain." Do you think a similar investigation should be conducted in the United States? WWE's plan for Otis's Money in the Bank. The Miz and Morrison's current schemes to somehow acquire Otis's Money in the Bank briefcase has some wrestling pundits thinking the WWE wants to take the briefcase off of him. Recently, Diamond Dave Meltzer commented on the situation, observing how the Miz and Morrison tormented Otis about his girlfriend Mandy Rose moving to Raw, the home of Rose's former boyfriend Dolph Ziggler, triggering Otis to beat Morrison down. Meltzer thinks he knows where the storyline is going, pointing out how The Miz had a lawyer draft a lawsuit for unsafe working conditions, which is the old Shawn Michaels gimmick. They're suing Otis, but they'll drop the lawsuit if he gives up the briefcase. Either they're going to sue, or the deal here is, we've got no idea how to get the briefcase off Otis, so this is how we're going to get it off him. And that's what it is. If true, this is yet another example of how Vince McMahon can be big on a wrestler, only to drop their push as he either grows disgruntled or realizes he has no idea how to book them further. Miro injured? Miro made his wrestling debut this week on Dynamite, but fans were concerned when he appeared to hurt his ankle and started limping in the ring. Naturally, this couldn't come at a worse time as the former WWE superstar just arrived in AEW. However, Bryan Alvarez gave an encouraging update on Wrestling Observer Live. When he got hurt, the match just totally fell apart. He's dropping people, he's trying to launch people, and they're falling on their heads. It was bad. Risking your life for your art? What I was told was he tweaked it, and then it felt better. I don't know what he did, but allegedly it was legitimate, but it felt better, and he's fine. Good news for Miro and his fans, as the former Rusev is eager to show he's worthy of the main event. WWE resuming live shows soon? Is the WWE finally going to resume live shows? That's what Inside the Ropes' Gary Cassidy is reporting. In an exclusive story, Cassidy informed his readers, a source close to One Talent told ITR that WWE are going to start traveling soon. Talents have also been told that they should not plan any immediate travel of their own accord. Superstars have also been told if they want time off from WWE, they should ask 3 weeks ahead of time. Meanwhile, another source working within WWE confirmed that information. They also added that, while preparation for a move from the Amway Center is happening right now, no firm decisions have been made as of yet regarding potential future locations. The WWE's deal with the Amway Center is believed to expire on 31st October, and while it could be extended, there have been murmurings of the WWE holding shows at outdoor facilities. You may recall WrestleVotes reported on 15th September that, over the past week or so, WWE assembled a small team to figure out if running TV from outdoors venues would be feasible once the Thunderdome contract expires. Idea is both SD and Raw would be in the same location each week. Southern states with good weather are the preference, all TBD. While there has been no talk of paying fans, that was the WWE's plans back when it was ready to run live events in late July, and you could be sure the WWE would like the fan presence as well as the added revenue from ticket sales. Do you think WWE will resume live shows soon? Let us know in the comments below. Ryback return update. No, it's not time for Ryback's Corner where the big guy complains about the WWE. This time, Wrestlelamia has an actual update on the perpetually disgruntled wrestler's back injury and when he's looking to return to the ring. Ryback updated his fans during a recent appearance on the Shooting Blanks Wrestling podcast. My back is great. I'm training now, like weight training and conditioning to get ready for wrestling. I'm not going to be taking any time off like I did when I got stem cells before. That was where I took like 2 or 3 months off. I'd say I'll probably give myself 3 or 4 weeks, then hopefully from there be able to get back in a ring and start doing some training low-key. Just get myself in there to see how I feel. The big guy didn't provide any information on where he'd like to wrestle, but don't rule out the WWE, given wrestling's never say never world. Edge injury update. WWE Hall of Famer Edge's 2020 comeback was cut short after a triceps injury at Backlash forced him to undergo surgery. Now Edge is preparing for a comeback, something he revealed on the Squared Circle Pit podcast. Today is 2 months, and the first 2 months there's not a lot to do. You really just have to let it heal and let the surgery take, and I think from this point going forward now, I'm gonna get the clearance to start going after it and pushing it, and that's what I do best, honestly, in terms of injuries. Edge said he isn't letting his setback bring him down, and that he's using it as a personal challenge. Confirmation: Cena blacklisted Alex Riley. Alex Riley seemed to be on the cusp of breaking out into one of the WWE's top stars following his split with The Miz, but Riley's push never materialized, with the reason rumored to be John Cena canceling Riley faster than Netflix customers bailing out after Cuties. Arn Anderson, who worked backstage at the time, spoke about it on his podcast. He seemed to gel well when they put him with The Miz, but there's a famous story that he was offered some help from John Cena and seemed less than enthused or interested, which would have immediately made its way back to the locker room and to the office. And I'm sure it was around that time that his water got cut off. Just another reminder that backstage politics can be the bane of any rising career. Well guys, there you have it, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. What did you think of these stories and rumors? Be sure to leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.